Hey, my name is James Belt. I'm an elder at Crossroads Church, and I do a racial justice in the gospel group with my wife and get some opportunity to serve with missions as well. And as I really thought about the sermon from this past week, what Reed had to share in the series on Spoiler Alert, I was just really struck by this picture of waste versus being poured out. This idea that Paul was talking about how his life was poured out, and this picture of this woman coming in and pouring this perfume on Jesus, and that the disciples were indignant, that they were angry at this idea that this woman would pour, or as they saw it, waste this perfume on Jesus. And Jesus instead saw it as this beautiful act of pouring out what she had to give. And as I thought about that, and I thought about that in relation to our life, I think of how often we think that the small things that we do, that maybe even sometimes our life is a waste, we don't see it from the perspective of God. And if we had this perspective that Jesus had, and this perspective that God has of our life, that he sees our life as being important and valuable and beautiful, and the things that we do, even sometimes as small as they might be, as these acts of being poured out, this picture of, as Reed said, of a bigger story, that we're just a small part maybe of this bigger story, but an important part, and that God sees our lives as an act of pouring out, not a waste. What a perspective change that would be. So I just encourage you, as you think about how can I use my life, and maybe you're thinking, well, it's just me, like I'm not going to be able to do anything. I'm just one person. Well, you're just one person, but you're a participant in this bigger story. And God wants you to see your life the way he sees it, as valuable, as important, and that you're being poured out as an offering, not as a waste, not as something that doesn't matter, but as something that matters, something that God created and that God wants to use. So I hope you would consider that. Maybe jump in, get involved somewhere, join a group of some kind, serve, because God created you for a reason, and he desires to use your life, and he sees everything that you do as to serve him as beautiful. Your life is beautiful, even if you don't see it that way. It matters. It matters to God, and he created you to have a life that was important. So I hope you can take that with you this week. It really meant a lot to me, and thank you for your time. Bye.